Everyone brace up. Your food budget is about to take a big hit as already high prices soar even further. I analyzed the data, and you should know which foods will suffer price hikes in the future month. It'll hurt. These are the 12 foods whose prices will rise significantly. Stay informed. Number 12, hard wheat berries. Hard wheat berries are more than simply a grain. Having hard wheat berries in your cupboard allows you to simply grind them into fresh flour, cook them as a robust grain, or sprout them for added nutritional benefits. The world wheat supply is currently facing unprecedented production constraints as a result of severe droughts in the United States and the Midwest, as well as continuous geopolitical tensions. When properly maintained, hard wheat berries represent survival at its most fundamental, and they can last for decades. The situation in Russia and Ukraine is critical, as the conflict has had a significant impact on harvest and distribution price hikes, as well as future estimates. As a direct result of these issues, the prices of wheat-based items, such as bread and pasta, have risen dramatically. Ukraine continues to destabilize one of the world's greatest grain-producing regions. Furthermore, higher input costs for fertilizers and gasoline hampered wheat output from numerous perspectives last year. Inflation is harming agricultural commodities worldwide, aggravating food supply concerns and raising costs. Hard wheat berries are more crucial now than ever since you need a steady supply of carbohydrates. Brands such as Pau Brand and N Farms sell hard wheat berries, guaranteeing that you have access to a sustainable food source when flour and bread become scarce or expensive. Experts warn that these expenditures could increase by 30% by the end of the year. Number 11, almond butter. While peanut butter is a popular home staple, almond butter is gradually becoming a must-have pantry item as food production becomes more unstable. Take action today to secure your supply of hard wheat berries before prices skyrocket or local retailers run out of stock. In these uncertain times, taking this step is critical to guaranteeing your long-term food security. Severe droughts, increased water restrictions, and numerous wildfires have all had a negative impact on almond farms. Last year, the almond business recorded a 10% reduction in production, and experts predict an even sharper drop this year as water problems intensify. However, if you rely on almond butter, you should be aware of the concerning reports coming from California, which produces 80% of the world's almonds. Almond prices have already risen by 25%, and forecasts suggest that by October, prices could jump by another 30% to 40%. Renowned brands such as Barney Butter and Maratha are prepared for lower availability because to rising expenses, labor constraints, and shipping delays, all of which have complicated the supply chain and made restocking stores more difficult as demand grows. If butter is a mainstay in your diet, or if you're looking for a healthy alternative to peanut butter, now is the ideal moment to number 10, canned beef stew. Often disregarded in favor of more conventional options, such as canned tuna or chicken, canned beef stew is an excellent choice that is high in calories and protein and may last for years in your cupboard. As fall approaches, this nutrient-dense spread may soon become a luxury, so don't be caught without it when the shelves begin to empty and prices reach new highs. Nonetheless, the U.S. beef industry is facing significant challenges due to prolonged droughts, which are producing severe feed shortages. In addition, rising gasoline and feed expenses worsen the problem. Floods, heat waves, and wildfires are all causing problems for cattle farmers around the world. As a result, recent studies show that beef prices have risen dramatically. This meal is ideal for quick, healthful dinners thanks to its abundance of vegetables. Major brands such as Dinty Moore and Hormel continue to provide competitively priced canned beef stew, but rising pricing may soon turn these products into luxury items. Another trend worth mentioning is the increased demand for shelf-stable food goods as a result of continuous supply chain challenges and economic uncertainties. As more individuals realize how crucial it is to have solid, long-lasting food supplies at home, now is the best moment to stock up. The bad news is that global production issues are prompting a dramatic increase in coffee costs. Last year's extreme weather had a serious impact on Brazil, the world's largest coffee grower. When fresh meat is in short supply, canned beef stew will come in handy. Don't wait for costs to rise more. Stock your pantry now to guarantee you're prepared for whatever happens next. Coffee is ranked ninth among millions of Americans. It's more than simply a morning pick-me-up. It's an everyday necessity. Coffee supply interruptions have caused global coffee prices to rise by more than 50% in only the past year. According to industry estimates, coffee prices could rise another 15 to 20% by mid-2025, making your regular cup of coffee substantially more expensive with big brands. According to the USDA, frosts and droughts are having a significant impact on farmers' crops. Brazil's coffee production dropped by 25% in 2023, contributing to the colia problem. Foggers, Starbucks, and even local roasters have already begun boosting their prices, with boutique coffee labels poised to follow suit soon. However, price increases aren't the only thing affecting coffee drinkers. Shipping costs, labor shortages, fertilizer shortages, and growing labor expenses in coffee-producing countries are all contributing concerns. Climate change is expected to make coffee production even more erratic in the future. Thus, price increases may become the norm. Prices for whole beans or instant coffee are still relatively low, but this will not last long, as analysts foresee more changes in the coming years. Coffee may soon become a luxury that many homes cannot afford, so don't wait until you're unable to get a reasonably priced cup of coffee. Begin planning now while you still have the opportunity. 8 sardines are generally underestimated, but they are about to become incredibly useful due to their high calcium, vitamin D, and omega-3 fatty acid content. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, global sardine catches have already plummeted by more than 20% in recent years. These small fish are an important source of nutrition when fresh food is limited, since they are shelf-stable for years and require no preparation. Just open the can and you have a ready-to-eat protein-packed meal. However, overfishing, particularly in the Pacific, and rising sea temperatures as a result of climate change are putting major strain on the worldwide sardine supply. Sardine supplies may become even more limited as the fishing sector suffers interruptions, resulting in labor shortages and shipping delays. Brands such as Wild Planet and King Oscar remain available, but sardine supplies are running low. According to new research, oceanic warming is rising faster than projected, affecting sardine habitats and breeding rates in some locations. This puts the species at risk. According to current projections, costs could rise by 25% by early next year. 7 dehydrated vegetables are becoming increasingly crucial since fresh produce's future on store shelves is uncertain due to unpredictable weather patterns wreaking havoc on agriculture. Fresh veggies are already a luxury for many Americans as natural calamities as droughts, floods, and wildfires devastate our agriculture. For example, California provides approximately 1/3 of the country's fresh food. Stock up quickly before these cans become your most valuable commodity at number 7. Fresh food prices have risen dramatically, with certain crops seeing price rises of up to 20% in the last year. Experts predict that this trend will continue, with another 10 to 15% increase by October, driven by ongoing supply chain issues and unpredictable weather events, such as the recent wildfires in the West, which not only destroyed crops but also disrupted transportation routes, causing additional delays in fresh produce deliveries. Dehydrated veggies from brands such as Harmony House or Mother Earth products are an effective option in this case because they are lightweight, have a long shelf life, and maintain the majority of critical nutrients, including vitamins A and C. When fresh vegetables are either too expensive or out of stock, these readily stored goods offer a healthful substitute. Additionally, as more individuals become interested in emergency preparedness, dried veggies have grown in popularity. Number 6, canned chickpeas. Let's take a moment to appreciate canned chickpeas, a true pantry superstar that often flies under the radar. These little legumes are perfect for soups, stews, and stir-fries, making them a versatile addition to your pantry. Now is the time to invest in dehydrated vegetables. They will prove invaluable when trying to stretch your meals during a food crisis. Stock up today and ensure your family has access to vital nutrition, even in difficult times. Legume is a high-protein, fiber-rich superfood that also contains vitamins B6 and folate. Its adaptability allows it to be used in a wide range of recipes, including substantial soups and stews, smooth hummus, and even roasted as a delicious crispy snack. However, key growing regions, such as the United States and India, are confronting a critical challenge with catastrophic consequences for chickpea output. This is mostly due to deteriorating drought conditions and unpredictable weather patterns have been besetting these regions. In fact, the Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO) recently predicted that these environmental challenges would result in a 15% drop in global chickpea production this year. This decline not only jeopardizes food security, but also implies that prices will likely rise as a result of these concerns. Many farmers are seeking creative agricultural practices to adapt to changing climates, such as drought-resistant crop types. The greatest time to stock up on canned chickpeas is now, as enhanced irrigation techniques are being implemented to assist maintain bean output. While the consequences may not be realized immediately, it is uncertain how quickly these actions would alleviate the existing shortages. Brands like Goya and Eden Organic are still reasonably affordable, and taking this preventative step will guarantee you have a nutritious option on hand when beans and legumes become scarce or monetarily out of reach. Almond milk has become the go-to substitute for millions of Americans. But here's the catch. California, which produces 80% of the world's almonds, is in terrible circumstances and is facing supply shortages. Number 5, shelf-stable almond milk. Let's be honest, shelf-stable almond milk is swiftly becoming a popular commodity that may disappear from shop shelves sooner than you think. Dairy prices have increased by roughly 25% this year. In just 2 years, almond production has dropped by more than 15% due to severe water constraints, back-to-back droughts, and even wildfires, all of which are reducing almond yields. Prices have already risen by roughly 30%. According to recent studies, almond farmers are facing additional hurdles, including rising labor and shipping expenses. Brands like California Farms and Silk may see substantial supply chain interruptions, making it even more difficult to get almond milk, particularly when fresh dairy becomes prohibitively expensive or unavailable, or when shelves are completely empty. Almond milk, fortified with essential vitamins such as D and E, serves as a nutritious powerhouse without refrigeration. In this case, almond milk can be your saving grace. The 4th option is rice. Rice is one item that you should stockpile. It's not just a filler, it's a survival need that feeds over major rice exporting countries such as India, Thailand, and Vietnam have faced harsh weather events this year, including droughts, floods, and even cyclones that have ravaged crops. Notably, India, which accounts for 40% of the world's rice exports, has imposed tough export restrictions in response to devastating crop losses that have pushed global prices up about 10% this year. Despite this, the world's rice supply remains unstable. Rice demand is increasing, but supply is decreasing. As a result, we expect an additional 15% to 20% price increase by October, which will have a substantial impact on consumers in the United States. Brands such as Lindbergh Family Farms and Rand remain available, but for how long? Don't wait till rice becomes a luxury. Stock up on long-grain, white or brown rice now, store it safely, and ensure you have a steady food supply. Climate change exacerbates these problems. Whether you favor black beans, kidney beans, or pinto beans, these nutritional powerhouses are high in protein, fiber, and important elements. Alarmingly, the United States is one of the leading producers of dry beans, and farmers are reporting major output losses due to severe droughts in the Midwest and Pacific Northwest. Number 3, canned beans are more than simply another thing to throw in your cart. They will become essential for survival in the coming months. Extreme weather conditions produced a 30% fall in bean production in North Dakota, a leading producer of beans, and the shortage has already resulted in a 12% price increase, which we expect to continue until the end of the year. Furthermore, because inflation impacts all food prices, canned beans from brands such as Bush and Goya are likely to grow more costly as demand exceeds supply. Despite this, these companies continue to offer a wide selection of beans, so buy up while they are still fairly priced. Olive oil is the second most crucial pantry staple. Olive oil, which was once considered a luxury item, is becoming increasingly